This video is for Black women who are still at a toxic job, and I want to share some resources or information with you about how you may be able to stay at a toxic job, what might be able to help you a little bit while you're still at the toxic job. Because most of our content deals with how to leave and heal from a toxic job, yet I know that the process of leaving a toxic job is a process. Okay. It doesn't just you just up and say, I'm out of here. Most of the times, you want to say it. Most of the time it's not like that. So I want to also provide resources for those of you who are still at a toxic job and things that I have experienced that have been helpful for me. I want to share with you to see if maybe it's helpful for you too, if you're still in the toxic work environment. So these things I'm sharing with you, just like other things I've shared before about when you're still at a toxic job and you're doing different things to help you, these are short term. I just want to be clear. These are short term kind of band-aids to kind of help you maintain or help you go through. But the hope is that you are making plans to exit because you know that these are short term. You know that these are band-aids. You know that it's not really looking at the root of the problem, which more than likely is a toxic job. So I'm just sharing with you briefly about how music really helped me in so many ways when I was at the toxic job. And I encourage you to think about ways that music can maybe help you if you are still in a toxic job. If you don't know me already, I'm Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, a toxic job survivor, but more importantly, I'm a toxic job liberator for Black women. So I'm going to share with you when I was at the toxic job, a short list of songs that I had on my playlist, not only on my way to my job, but while I was at my job, what I was thinking in my head, and then when I was leaving my job. So these are just some of the songs I listened to. And again, I encourage you to think about what songs you currently have on your playlist that help you as you go into these toxic work environments. And I just think of like music just helping to release it, that I'm able to talk about, I'm able to sing it, I'm able to act it out, and it gets kind of the angst out in some ways. And it in some ways helped me from kind of saying some things to people that I wanted to say. Okay. So on my way to work, there were a number of songs I would listen to, but I'm just going to highlight the top three for each of those categories I told you about. So one was Prepared by Jill Scott. There was this one part where she talked about getting yourself ready, okay, so that you'll be able to do what you want to do. But there was one part where she said, staring monsters in their face. And that was something that I felt like I had to do so many times at Toxic Job. And it just really helped me to be able to hear it and to kind of sing along with Jill as she was singing it, because I felt like Jill was my friend, as I was going through the journey. The second thing that I would listen to on my way to work was Kanye West and Talib talking about Spaceship. And it just nailed it. I'm going to this job. I'm not really making all that, but it's not worth it. They use me as a token. I can't wait to get out of here. And the whole thing that just kind of brought a lightness for me. And the third thing that I would listen to, the third song was Big Sean, I Don't F With You. Okay. So I was into it when I was listening to that song, and I was thinking about the workplace bully. I was like all in. Okay. So people might be surprised to hear that from me. And songs on your playlist will be like, what? She listens to that? Yeah. Sometimes you need to listen to certain things again to get that stuff out of your system. Okay. So that was on my way to work, on the way to the job. Then when I was at the job, there were some songs I'll be playing in my head. One was Here. I think her name is Alicia Cara, but she was basically saying, what in the world am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't deserve to be here. Like, what am I doing here and how do I get out? Okay, get out for real. The second thing that I used to think, the song I used to think in my head at the job was Hate on Me by Jill Scott. So I'm bringing all these things to the table. I'm helping you out. I'm doing all these great things, but you hating on me. You hating on me. But if that's your own insecurity. Okay. So that kind of got me kind of got me kind of riled up at the job. And then the third thing I would think about, third song was Ooh Ooh Child by the Five. I think it was the Five. Oh my God, I just forgot who wrote the song. The Five Stair Steps. the 5 stair steps, okay? Ooh, ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, ooh, child, things are gonna get better. Because I knew this, I was like, God did not prepare me. I didn't go through all this training, all this other stuff to end up someplace where I'm being disrespected like this and I'm not being valued like I should. So that was another one. So then as I was leaving the job, some of the songs I would listen to would be My Life by Mary J. Blige. And you know that song. When she's singing that song, you could feel the blues. Okay. That's how exactly I felt, like fighting all day, exhausted at the job. That's exactly how I felt. Like this is not the life that I want for myself, but I'm stuck. I felt stuck. Okay. The second song that I would listen to was In Vogue, Give It Up, Turn It Loose. And they say, fools kind of play these games with no rules and they kind of just make up their own thing. And sometimes you need to kind of just take a step away. And when they said, you'll be fine, just take some peace, just take some time to get peace of mind. Okay. So for me, that was like confirmation. I need to take a leave of absence. Okay. So when I took the leave of absence, I was able to rest a little bit. And I wasn't always protecting myself from all these assaults at the job, all this demeaning and all that kind of stuff. So I was able to get some peace of mind away from there. Okay. And then the third song that I would listen to was Encore by Jay-Z. So just reminding myself of all that I bring to the table and knowing my own internal worth, even if those fools weren't going to acknowledge that I was worthy, but they tried to manipulate me because they did know I was worthy, but they tried to manipulate me in ways to try to put me in my place. And the reason they came for me and the way that they did was that they saw my worth and they were intimidated by it. So you may be in a similar situation. I just encourage you for you to think about what songs are on your playlist. If you're still in a toxic job, what songs on your playlist on your way to work? What songs you thinking about or you can play at your job, and then what songs you listen to after. So just thinking about what is like your plan for going into the workplace and your plan for kind of discharging that toxicity as you're leaving the workplace, because I don't want you to take that toxicity with you home and it ruins your whole evening because you're still thinking about the job. My hope is that you're able to sing the songs and get into it and say whatever you want to say as you in your car, so you get that toxicity out. And when you come home, the toxicity has been released in some ways. Okay. And that you're able to really appreciate being home because the job has not invaded your sanctuary space. So that's my hope for you. Just a few tips to offer to you for those of you who are still in a toxic job and ways that music may be helpful for you. So I ask you, sis, what is on your playlist? And the hope is that you get a playlist together for yourself. Okay. So as I'm signing off, please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with at least 2 other Black women. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so and turn the notification bell. Okay. See you later. Bye.